Today I'm gonna be creating this beautiful but simple but glam and little like baby-ish look for you. And it's very simple, but I'm gonna be using a lot of new products as well. So if you wanna know what these products are, just keep on watching. So we're gonna start with the base, and I've got a few new products to show you and one that I've spoken about before, but yeah, let's just get into it. So as my base, I'm gonna use the Thank You Farmer CC Cream. This is a gram. And this is like legit the most beautiful luminous primer kind of that I've ever tried. And it is kind of pinky but like peachy. I don't usually like very pinky subtones because I think I'm already pretty pink. And it's so luminous. This is Korean. Seriously, the glow is just... And I've been betting on less mattifying foundations because where I do have most of my acne, this area of mine is so dry and like sensitive and itchy that I felt like at the end of the day, it just looked like a cakey mess. So today I'm gonna be using this that I've hit pen like forever, and now it's just like, just has a teensy bit a product, but I do have a refill. But this, I spoke about this on my acne covering glowy skin tutorial that I'm gonna link here. And if you remember correctly, I was sponsored to talk about this, but this just shows how like honest I was, because I really loved it. So I've used almost all of it, and I do have a refill, but I'm gonna try to like get all of it out. And this is like so moisturizing, and at the same time it has a pretty decent coverage. I do go with concealer on top of it, but I go with it anyway, so I think I'd rather have like a glowy base and then go on top of concealer nowadays. I feel like my skin routine kind of changes from day to day, so I'm just gonna blend this out. And I really love these cushion thingies because they're so much better than the Beauty Blender. They look like really seamless. If you remember, I can't show it here, but this does have like drops of essence. And I just have really control of how much coverage I have. So unlike my top of my face, I don't need a lot of coverage. And if I'm being honest, if I don't need coverage, I'm such a low coverage kind of girl. I love sheer bases and everything, but my skin does not agree. So this is just like a first layer of it, and look how glowy it is, but at the same time it covered a lot. I'm just gonna layer it a little bit more on my chin, and because it is so creamy, it doesn't feel like cakey at all. If you're like really oily, I do not recommend, because I think it might be a little too heavy, like in terms of moisture, and you will need like a buttload of powder to set this in. But okay. While I do the rest of my base, I'm just gonna use this lip mask to soften my lips. And I forgot to mention, this is the Age 20s Essence Cover Packed. And then I'm gonna go with concealer. I'm still using the Medicube Red Concealer, and I'm almost finished with it, but I already have a backup because this is just the best. It's a shade match, it's incredible. It's just really creamy, so it just doesn't dry out my acne, but at the same time, it's acne appropriate, so it's just the best. With any other like spot concealer, I'd be very wary on putting it on such a large area, and it can be so tiring to just like pinpoint. I just pat this in very gently and smoothly, and this just completely like blends in with the rest of the makeup, which I love. For under eye concealer, I'm still using my Becca Aqua Luminous Skin Perfecting Concealer, not Skin Perfecting Concealer. And this is a fairish shade. I really like this. You know, I'm not about like, I usually like using concealer that is my skin shade, and I don't like going one shade above. I just feel like it looks too like fake and like heavy. But I do wish this was a little bit like less yellow though. It does blend in quite nicely into the rest of the makeup, to be honest. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with the little ones for my eyes because it just doesn't get there. Ah, this is actually pretty good. These actually came in my Look Fantastic beauty bundle. I got like a bundle a month, like a huge one or more boxes of like a lot of stuff because I'm part of their beauty set. So a couple months back, I and other influencers were kind of chosen to be part of the Look Fantastic beauty set, and I've been into Look Fantastic ever since I've created the blog. If you're like a long-term follower, you know I'm always like recommending them and linking to them because I really love their store, and they have amazing promos and also an amazing range with tracked free delivery worldwide, like to Portugal. It's so fast compared to any other beauty website, so they're like always my top choice. Some of us were chosen to be part of the beauty set, and that just means that we'll be kind of be ambassadors for the store, and they send me a lot of stuff monthly, which is great because I get a lot of stuff to try and to show you guys as well. And I always open my beauty bundles on Instagram stories, so if you want to follow me on there, just go ahead. Okay, so this was my by Terry Hydro Powder that you know that I'm all about. And I've been using this just to set in everything. And then I've been going over it with my Laura Geller Bakes Balance and Brighten Foundation in the shade Fair. They also sent me this, I mean, look fantastic. And this is just so beautiful. It is a little darker than I am, so I don't put it all over my face. Not darker, I'd say like more golden-y. So I really like this to give me a kind of like sun-kissed look, which is not really bronzed, but just sun-kissed. It's also a little luminous, so I really like to give that finish. We're gonna go with the eyes, and today I'm gonna be using Nabla's Entropy Cream Eyeshadow. I just love Nabla as a brand. You probably know that because I use them in like every one of my tutorials. And they're like affordable and super friendly. On top of that, I'm gonna use the new Nip and Fab palette. Just gonna go ahead with a fluffy brush and dip into this. And then I'm gonna mix these two. And then with this right here to do a little bit of my crease shade. I don't want it to be too dark because I don't want anything too dramatic. I just want to give it a little depth. And underneath, I'm gonna mix these two. Underneath, I mean like lower lash line. Underneath, it's so fancy. So this is looking good, but kind of boring. So now I'm gonna go ahead with Nabla's eyeshadow, and this is called Water Dream. Yeah, Dream. I was gonna say Dreams, but it's Water Dream. So I'm gonna get this flat brush, and I'm just gonna wet it a little, so it picks up the pigment a lot better, a lot more blah, blah, blah. And of course, I'm gonna just dab it a little bit in the lower lash line as well, because I love that. To finish it off, I'm just gonna get my Laura Geller Baked Swirl Illuminator Gelato blah blah. I'm getting a little red. And just go with my pinky finger and do the inner corner. Going with my lash primer, and this is the Jane Iredale Pure Lash. Also need a new one, to be honest. I'm just gonna coat my lashes with this beautiful primer. You know, to be honest, I could just leave it like this. I really like it. And while that settles in a little, Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel. Now this, for real, I need a new one. I've been saying I need a new one for like the past like 5 tutorials. But it still has a little bit left. It's just only on the tip of the brush, so I have to work it. Cupping those lashes a little. And going with my telescopic mascara. Again, another thing that I need to get a new one. Just ignore this tutorial all over. This could have been the products finishing tutorial. Moving just a little to the back, just a little bit. I'm gonna be using my bronzer first, and I've been using Benefit's Hoola because in collaboration with Look Fantastic as well. They sent me this Raquel's Hoola, which is just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. I have to be like very light-handed with it, but it's beautiful shade. I don't know why I've never like looked at it, because it is quite a hyped bronzer, but I don't know, just never crossed my radar, I think. But I do love it a lot. And the fact that it's like monogram is just, I always put a little bit on the like tip of my nose. I know a lot of people put highlighter on the tip of their nose, and I actually don't really like that. I prefer to put a little bit of bronzer because it just seems like you're more bronzed. When I put highlighter here, it feels like the nose is like bending, if that makes sense. Popping my lashes again before the mascara completely dries to give it a little more curl. Back to the highlighter and a fan brush. I feel like fan brushes are my thing right now for highlighter. I used to only wear like the pointed ones, and I still really do like it, but I feel like a fan gives a more like overall radiant glow instead of like a bam, beam, glow, that's it. And I'm gonna be using as my blush the NARS Sex Appeal. Love this blush. It's like a little angel cherub colored blush. I feel like this is only good for like really fair skinned people like me, because otherwise it might not show up at all. But for like fair people, I just think it looks so cute. And we're down to lips, so I'm gonna kind of take the lip balm away, and I love to take it off with like a cloth, because it also kind of drags your dead bits of skin with it. I always take my beauty blender after I wipe it off and just stamp it a little, just to make sure they're not too red. And I'm gonna use the NARS Dolce Vita lipstick. This is really like my lips but better kind of lipstick. Final spritz. And we're done. Pretty much it. So I hope you like this look, and thank you for joining me today. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more, and click the little bell button so you're notified when my videos come through. They'll come through. Also follow me on all other social media. I've been very active on Instagram, and I've been posting a lot on my blog, so I will see you in the next one. Bye.